Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing this evening? Well, it is currently about, I think it's like 10 till 6 on Thursday evening. And I have had a very, very busy day. And I actually didn't think that I was going to get a whole lot accomplished today. Because I was hanging out with my cousin Caroline and we kind of planned to go to the pool. This shirt is like sitting on me weird. But anyway, when I got this shirt at Target. It's that Goodfellow brand. This is like my favorite brand of t-shirt in the world. It's that Goodfellow brand. And it's exclusively at Target. And that's where I get all my black t-shirts and stuff. But I really, really like their t-shirts. But when I first got this t-shirt, I didn't really like it. And now it's kind of like turned into one of my favorite t-shirts. But anyway, I didn't think that I was going to get a lot done today because Caroline and I were hanging out and she was like, listen, we're going to the pool. We're going to the pool every day. And I was like, okay. So, and then what happened was last night, Alex, so I ate my pizza. My pizza came like right after I got done I think it came right after I got done vlogging. And so I ate my salad. I got a Greek salad. This is what I got last night. Did I order it afterwards or did I order it before? I can't remember. But I got a Greek salad and then I got enough so I could save it for tonight for dinner too. So I got a Greek salad with their Greek dressing from Jet's Pizza. And then I got I must have ordered it afterwards because I was reading the comments while I was vlogging. Because I ordered Detroit style pizza, which is their deep dish. I got pineapple, onion, and green pepper on it. But then you can like have the crust a certain flavor. And before I had gotten it garlic. But somebody had commented on my vlog and said you should get it turbo style. And I looked it up and turbo style is like garlic and butter. Or garlic butter and like Parmesan cheese and whatever. So I got it turbo style last night. It was absolutely delicious. It's kind of like they sprinkle Parmesan onto like garlic butter or something. It was so good. So I got that pizza and then I also got, I wanted like something for dessert. So I got cinnamon sticks. So it's kind of like a cinnamon pizza, but like sticks, if that makes sense. Right now I'm drinking an Italian sparkling mineral water from Kirkland Costco. This is my very last one, I think. So we might need to go to Costco this weekend and get some new things. But anyway, so I ate last night while I was watching Game Show Network. I was watching, I can never remember what the show is called. It's with Leah Remini, and it's that crossword show. I think it's so incredibly corny, but I watch it anyway. I love anything on Game Show Network. I just feel like Game Show Network is like this happy channel. Like, I love Family Feud. I love Steve Harvey. It's like corny family humor, and it makes me so happy. And I just love that. And so I watched that one. I watched America's something. I can't remember. It's with the guy. It's hosted by the guy that was... he was like in those, oh shoot, Pitch Perfect movies. He was like always like the commentator. And then I think he was also in some Christopher Guest movies, like Best in Show. And he's hilarious. And he is like the host of that show. I watched that one. There's a couple different ones that I watch, just depending on what's on. Usually Family Feud is what's on in the evening, but this was like at 7 o'clock. Because I actually looked at the clock and I was like, shouldn't Family Feud be on right now? And it was this Leah Remini crossword show. It's like People's Crossword, because if you get kicked off first out of the 3 people, you get a year subscription to People magazine, which is like $10 anyway, and I just think that that's such a crap prize. I always laugh when they say that. I'm like, you're a loser! You got a year subscription to People magazine. But they like are so nice, and these people like are big fans of Leah Remini, and so... it's just a really sweet show. It's so funny because I like shout the answers out. I think it's a really easy show too. But a lot of game shows, like they seem really easy, like if you're watching it from home. But like, oh my god, that hummingbird. The hummingbird comes to visit every once in a while. But like in regards to like I think Jeopardy can be really hard, right? But like this show is not, like it's just not that hard. And it's like it'll give you like a letter, so it'll be like TH, and an actress whose first name is Charlize. I mean, it's real easy. And they're like, and I'm like, they're on, I'm like shouting it at the TV, right? And, so anyway, I watched that last night. I ate my pizza. I watched like the end of one and the second one, and then I was the very end. Like whoever wins the show, like they get to go on and do 3 puzzles in 60. You guys are like, Peter, we don't care, but they get to go on and do 3 puzzles in 60 seconds, which I always swear that I could do all of them. And like very rarely do they ever win. And if they win, they get $10,000, right? And so, it's like this other show, I can't remember the America one, America's Top something, like, it's like 4 people at the end that are on a team, and then they have to do these words. It's kind of like pyramid, but not, if that makes sense. And they have a minute to do it. And like, I swear to God, you guys, so they have to like answer like just one answer and then 2. So it'd be like just, I'm trying to think of like, so like the question would be like, blank beds, and then it would say a word for a bed on top of a bed, and it would be bunk beds, right? And you would just have one answer, so it would be bunk beds. And then the next one would be like the top 2 answers for, I don't know, something like porch, you know, like front porch, and it would have an F and a W, so it'd be front porch, wraparound porch, okay? And then like the third one is like 3 answers, and then the fourth one is 4 answers, and if you get all of those, you get like $25,000 or $10,000 or something like that, right? And it kills me that these teams, and they can pass once too, and they never do. It kills me that these teams literally get down. They get like all of the top 3 answers. They get them and they have like 45 seconds still on the clock. Like they have 45 seconds to answer 4 of them, right? Like you would think that's so easy. And they get stuck on one thing. And it's so funny the answers that they come up with. It's like they just keep on saying the same answers over and over again. Even though like I don't know, like there will be like nothing, like it'll be like a cartoon character, and it'll be like nothing has like a B or a L in it, and there'll be Buzz Lightyear or Scooby-Doo, and it's like there's no S on the board, and they say Scooby-Doo. It's hilarious. I love watching these shows because I would be just like that. I would make a total idiot out of myself, you know. So anyway, I watched that, and then I was like, come on, little dog. Come on, Boo Radley. Let's lay down for a little bit. So we laid down last night. Boo Radley and I laid down from like 9 until Alex got home, which was about 10:30, 10:45. And when he came home, he went to livery last night with his girlfriend. And, is that my husband right there? If it is, he has his top down. I don't hear the garage door going up. Nope, must not have been him. But he went to livery downtown, and they have like street corn and skirt steak. He had a skirt steak, and then he brought himself some, and then he brought me 3 as well. Queso cheese empanadas, because I love empanadas. And a livery, they have like one on the north side, and then they have one downtown. It's like, I think they have some of the best empanadas I've ever had in my life. So he brought me 3 cheese empanadas, and then we hung out and talked for a little bit. And then he was going to bed early because he was really tired. And I was like, well, I'm going to go to bed early too. And he started laughing. So I was like, no, I'm going to go watch my show, and then I'm going to go to bed. Because I was like, I'm going to try to get up early tomorrow so I can... My plan was to get up and actually film all of my videos before Caroline picked me up. This is so funny because now here he comes the other way. So my plan was to get up and film all of my videos before Caroline came and picked me up. That way, when we got back from the pool, I could just rest and take a nap and then film my vlog, and then Alex would come home and whatever, right? And that way I didn't have to be like, you know, trying to figure out how I was going to get all this stuff done. And I really, because I took all day yesterday off not making videos, I really wanted to make videos today. So, last night... Well, Caroline had told me she was having brunch with like an old friend today. And so she was going to come at 1:30 to pick me up. And so I was like, okay. And she was like, but if she cancels on me, I'll let you know early, and then we can go to brunch. And I was like, okay. So last night, I ended up watching the end of the 3rd part to 5 Days at Memorial. You guys, that show is so good. I mean, it is so unbelievable. And it has these two actresses in it. I looked them up because I didn't know their names. One is that Vera Farmiglia or whatever. It's something I looked up. I was like, oh yeah, that's what she's from. Now I can't even remember. And the other one is this Cherry Jones, who used to date Sarah Paulson. And I know her from something too. She was in the movie Signs, but that's not what I know her from. I know her from something else. But like I looked up her like history of what she's been on TV, and I was like, no, I don't know what it is. Like I remember her from something. Like she was like a really prominent role in something that I watched. But anyway, they're both fantastic in it. The whole cast is fantastic in it. So it's on Apple TV if you guys are... Somebody asked me on Twitter, they said, what are other ways you can watch Apple TV if you don't have like an iPhone or whatever? I mean, I guess you can probably pay to have the app or the subscription, but I don't know how to do that. So, but I would say that Apple TV is really worth it. I mean, you get a lot of movies, you get a lot of free movies on there, and the TV shows are like unbelievable. I mean, like they're really high quality TV shows. They're really, really good. I've watched Severance, I've watched Loot, now I'm watching 5 Days at Memorial. I feel like there's something else that I've watched on there as well. And then I'm going to watch The Servant. And every show has been just really, really good. So anyway, I watched the 3rd episode of that. And then I was like, I don't know what to watch. And somebody had tweeted out on Twitter. It wasn't like somebody that followed me. It was like somebody was talking about this documentary on Netflix called Untold. So whoever tagged me in this, that probably watches my vlog, because I'm always talking about TV shows, is going to die when I... But anyway, so they... Because I'll take suggestions from anybody. They had said that they were watching this documentary on Netflix called Untold... the girlfriend that didn't exist, or the girlfriend who didn't exist, or the girlfriend who was not alive, or something like that. And I was like, and so somebody tagged me in it. And I was like, so I went and I looked it up on Netflix, and I was like, what is this? And it was this story. I watched the whole thing last night. I watched both parts. It's 2 parts, about an hour each, a little bit over an hour each on Netflix. And it's called Untold, the girlfriend who didn't exist, or something like that. And it's about this guy, and this is all in the synopsis. I'm not going to ruin it for you. He was a football player from Hawaii. His name was Manti Te'o, that ended up going to Notre Dame, which was crazy because Notre Dame is in Indiana, which is where I live. It's in South Bend. It's a fantastic school. I don't know. You guys are probably like, yes, Peter, we know about Notre Dame. And it's like where Rudy, the movie, took place and stuff like that. A little unknown fact about Peter. I don't love sports. Like, I don't know a lot about sports, but I love sports movies. I loved Rudy. I loved Hoosiers. That King William, was that what it was called? The one about the Serena and Venus Williams. That one was fantastically done. I love, like, any sports movies. Oh, The Blind Side. Love The Blind Side. I love sports movies. I don't know what that's about. So anyway... And I was kind of raised with my parents, like, watching a lot of sports. Both my mom and my dad love sports. But anyway, so I watched this documentary. So he goes to Notre Dame and becomes, like, this star athlete at Notre Dame and ends up whatever. And then, but he, like, dedicates his senior year. This is all, like, in the trailer, okay? He dedicates his senior year to his grandma and his girlfriend that die on the same day. But, like, he has been catfished. His girlfriend never existed. So it's the whole background story. And, like, the person that catfished him is, like, a prominent part of the story. Like, they're, like, a big part of the story. It was really well done. And I actually love that at the end of it, they talk a lot about, he talks a lot about forgiveness. Forgiving of yourself in situations like this. And I feel like this whole thing is out of focus, but I don't have my reading glasses on, and I don't want to put them on because I don't want to, I just don't want to, I'm relaxed, and I don't want to have to wear my reading glasses. But if it's out of focus, you guys, I apologize. I'm getting to the point with my reading glasses where I'm almost having to, like, I was thinking about this the other day, like, I'm gonna have to start wearing them for, like, when I do all my videos, because the camera is about the distance that I'm starting to see. I'm either gonna have to change, like, when I go to my eye doctor next, I'm gonna have them test my reading glasses. I wear 1.5s, but I'm wondering if I don't need to go up a dimension, because I feel like it's starting to get further away, if that makes sense, what I can see. And I'm like, I can see the camera, but, like, I can't see the screen, like, myself in it. Whereas before I could see the camera, I just couldn't see, like, my phone and stuff, like when I would pick it up to read it when I was filming. And I'm like, I don't want to wear my reading glasses the entire time that I'm filming. I just don't. I mean, not my reading glasses the entire time that I know you guys are like, well, you'll probably say, well, you look nice in your, thank you, I appreciate it. Did I tell you guys so these are the ones that are broken because I sat on them, but I couldn't find my black ones. These are, they're called Porgy, and I couldn't find the black ones. I had these tortoiseshell ones and I had black ones, and I couldn't find them, and I was really upset because these are my favorite pair, or favorite style. And Caddis, you see they have, like, words on the end of them. They have goofy and regular. And Caddis doesn't make these Porgy ones anymore. They have other ones, like the Miklos ones I really like and whatever. But they don't make these Porgy ones anymore, which are basically just like, they kind of just look like Ray-Bans a little bit. And, but I don't want to get Ray-Bans and have them made into reading glasses. That's foolish and all that stuff. So anyway, and I love the Caddis reading glasses because they're just so strong, and they, whatever. Caroline's actually ordering some. She showed me the ones today that she's going to order. She's going to order 2 pairs of them. But I was like, going through my bag to take my backpack with me this weekend, and they were in my backpack. I could not believe it. Like, so whatever place I had gone to last with my backpack, I must have taken them with me. I was like, oh my God, thank God I have my reading glasses. So I found them. So I'm so happy about that. So now I have an extra pair of reading glasses. What was I saying about that? So yeah, so I watched that show last night, and I got done at like 10 till 3, and I was actually going to stay up and watch another show, and then I was like, nope, just go to bed. Just go to bed. It's 3 o'clock. It's late enough. You need to go to bed. Well, I went to bed. I turned my phone on, which I never do. I always keep my phone on silent. And I also don't like, I don't know, I can remember hearing something like years ago, like I feel like it was Paris Hilton or somebody, and was talking about like her notifications constantly going off. Like, I don't have notifications for anything, like nothing, like text messages, that's it. Text messages and phone calls, that's literally it. But I don't have notifications for anything, and my phone is always on silent, always. And so last night, or vibrate. So last night I turned it on, the ringer on, in case Caroline called this morning to say that her lunch was canceled, so that I would hear the ringer and that I would wake up. Okay. So couldn't sleep, tossed and turned, ended up getting up at like 4 o'clock and 4:15 or something, 4:05 in the morning, came downstairs and ate 2 empanadas, potato chips, and 2 of those cinnamon sticks, while I watched Miss Kentucky Continental drag pageant on Kalani Productions on my phone, sitting in the living room in the complete dark with my AirPods on. Then I went back to bed. I don't know what time I fell asleep, but it was like 6 or something, because I took this nap. So then I had a hard time falling asleep, right? And so anyway, so then Alex was leaving at like, I looked at the clock, it was 9:25. He came over, kissed me goodbye. He always gives Boo Radley his medicine in the morning and takes him out and then brings him back to bed and gives him little treats. So I woke up and I was like up and whatever. And then I was like, okay, come on, Boo Radley, let's go back to bed. That was at like 9:25. Well, I have my phone on still, right? Boo Radley cannot stand the sound of text messages on a phone. He doesn't like a phone call coming through. He definitely, the sound he hates the most is like the ding of a text message on the computer, okay? Or anything on the computer. He doesn't like that. very technical sound. He hates it. And it makes him really, really nervous. And he starts shaking, and he, like, comes over and gets very clingy. Well, at about 10 o'clock, our group text with Jason and Melissa and Aaron and Eric, Aaron had texted us something, started going off. And before I could even get the phone to get it silenced, it was like 2 text messages had come through. And so Boo Radley is like on me, and he's like shaking and shaking and shaking and shaking. And I'm like, it's okay, honey, it's okay. And I'm trying to like console him, and I'm like holding him, but I knew it was going to be like a good hour. And so there I was up until like, I don't know, God, it was forever. And I finally got him settled, and he was kind of like sitting next to me, but he was like shaking like a leaf. The little guy was so scared of that sound. He was so scared. And so I must have fallen asleep, even though he was shaking, because I was like petting him and consoling him and stuff. But somehow in the middle of all that, I must have fallen asleep, because I woke up and it was like a half an hour later, and I completely panicked because I like looked around the bed and Boo Radley was gone. And I like ran into the bathroom and Boo Radley wasn't in the bathroom. I was like, where is he? And I walked into the closet, and he was like laying down on the floor in the closet, facing the back. And I just think the sound like scared the hell out of him. We've always thought that, you know, like I mean, like when we first got Boo Radley, they told us that there was, you know, something a little different about him, and the vet has always said that and whatever, and he's just very, very sensitive when it comes to sounds and thunder and lightning, and he gets very, very scared. He doesn't like it. And no matter how much consoling in the world, you know, and comforting and whatever, I mean, he's a little puppy dog that doesn't understand any different, you know. And so I can sit there and say whatever I want to say and hold him for as long as I want, but like, I mean, it's almost kind of like the damage has already been done once the sound goes off. So then I fell asleep again, but only for probably like a half an hour before my alarm went off. So I got like crap sleep last night. So then I woke up, and Caroline was going to be here. She'd be here at like 1:30, and I like slept till like 1 o'clock. And got up, took Boo Radley out, let him run all around the backyard for a long time. He was fine then. He was completely fine. He ran all around the backyard. He was and all that kind of stuff, and did his poops and peeps and all kinds of stuff. And then brought him in, got him his treats, and put him in his house. And then I changed real quick for Caroline to come pick me up. And then she came to pick me up. It's so funny because it's like super cloudy now. It wasn't supposed to rain tonight, I don't think, but it's like rain clouds looking. I don't know if you guys can see, but you see. I mean, it's a pretty evening, but so Caroline came and got me, and I was like, I need Starbucks. And she was like, okay, well, which Starbucks? We were trying to figure out which Starbucks to go to. And she ended up going too far in the wrong direction. And I was making fun of her because she grew up in this neighborhood, right? And so we went too far, like, we went one, like, block too far. And then she was like, what is this neighborhood? And it's like this gated neighborhood that has, like, 6 or 8 houses in it. And so I said, I don't know, because the gate's always closed. Well, the gate was open because they had landscapers in there. And so Caroline was like, let's drive in there and look. So we drove around and looked, and it was, I mean, these houses were unbelievable. They were so beautiful. There was like only like 6 or 8 houses in them. And Caroline was like, I bet each of these houses is like $1.5 million. Each house had a pool. This one house had like a pool, and then it had like a log cabin behind it that was like, but it was like, what are those rooms called? Those little houses that women built for a long time? She-somethings. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? It kind of looked like that. It was really cute. It was a place like I'd go and hang out and read and stuff like that. Here's my neighbor walking her dog. She's listening to music or something. She's right in front of me. She's not paying any attention. So we looked at those houses, and we drove around, and then we went to Starbucks, and Caroline got her refresher, her strawberry refresher, and she wanted to get a cake pop. I was like, well, you can get one if you want. She's like, well, what do you think? I said, I think they're a big waste of money if you want to know the truth. But I was like, but you can get one if you want one. I'll get you one. She was like, well, it is my birthday next week. Her birthday is the 24th. And I said, Caroline, I'll get you one if you want for your birthday. Or I'll get you one if it's not your birthday. I don't really care. She's like, no, if you think it's a waste of money. I go, I do. They're like $4 for 2 bites. I think it's a waste of money. But anyway, you get what you want. I know the kids are probably real disappointed that I think the cake pops are a waste of money, but I do. I think the cake pops might be one of the biggest wastes of money that is ever. And the kids always have to have it. Like, you know, like when they first came out, too, it was like all the kids would have to go through there and be like, Mom! I need a Frappuccino and a cake pop! Okay. But anyway, so then we went to the post office, and I had 3 packages, and got those, and they're sitting on the kitchen counter. I'm going to open those as soon as I get done with this vlog. And I had a couple cards and 3 packages, and then where else did we go? Drove around for a little bit, and then I was telling her about Psalm Park, which used to be this pool. She said she didn't remember it. I'm like, Caroline, I remember you and I coming to this pool, and to this, we played on this golf course one time. She's like, I don't remember that. Caroline doesn't remember anything. So I was telling her about how Sarah and I had gone there to eat our mac and cheese and just kind of hang out, and that I was going to do like a video there. And so Caroline's like, well, I want to see it, this abandoned pool. That I think what happened was, because I had read an article that by like Indianapolis City Parks and Recreation is what it's called. Indianapolis City Parks and Recreation. They had put out an article saying that of like, I don't know how many pools there are. I grew up swimming at a lot of city pools because my mom grew up going to like a lot of city pools as well. So you pay like a certain amount just to go in, and then you're there for the whole day, and it's not that expensive, right? And they have concession stands and stuff like that, and usually they're like really nice pools, and so but freezing. So Indianapolis City Parks and Recreation are the ones that are in control of the city pools. Well, I read this article that said because they couldn't hire enough people for lifeguards, for landscaping, for maintenance and things like that, that several of the pools, like the majority of them this summer, they just weren't going to be opened. And Psalm Park must have been one of them. That was the park that was the one that was closest to us when I was a kid growing up that we would go to. And so, and that was the one that I had seen with Sarah. So Caroline was like, well, I want to see it. So we drove over there, and I was like, well, actually, while I'm here, do you care if I do a video? And she's like, no, not at all. So I filmed a video walking all around it and showing the abandoned park. Although I have to say that with some paint and water and a lawnmower, it would be good to go next summer. So hopefully, you know, for the kids and the families and stuff like that, because I think like Alex and I went, I don't remember, it was, God, maybe it was like 10 years ago. Well, I'm trying to think. Our friend's son is now like 20, and it would have been, I mean, maybe it was like 10 years ago, because it would have been when he was like 10. We went there. That was the last time that I had gone, because I can see us like putting our towels down like on, you know what, I actually have a picture of Alex and I like in the pool together, like on the edge like this with her. But I can remember you just lay down on the concrete, you know, with your towel. It's not like fancy, no chairs or anything like that. It was so fun. And that's where they have like adult swim. And when they have adult swim, like all the kids line up around the edge. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? They actually do that at Tanya's pool too, which used to be my pool as well, but I didn't get a membership this year. I was actually thinking about that last night, and I was like, it's probably a good thing I didn't get a membership this year, because like even if I Ubered there, I probably would have only gone like a couple times. This weather has been so weird, and it's very similar to how last year was too, that like the beginning of the summer was warm and the end of the summer was not, and it just wasn't like pool worthy weather. It just is weird. It just is like, I don't know, it's the weirdest thing. I'm seeing like different couples walk, like that couple that just walked by, like they're completely different. I didn't see them until, I don't know, this week or last week. And I think that's the second or the third time that I've seen them walking this neighborhood. Maybe they just decided they were going to start walking a different way or something like that. It stopped. So anyway, did that video. And then Caroline, what were we going to do next? We were going to stop by Nordstrom Rack, but then she decided that she didn't want to do that. And she was looking for something, and then she was like, I don't need it now. So we ended up just going to Crumble Cookies. And she came in with me. I was like, do you want to come in with me? She was like, sure. And they were playing this remix of Careless Whispers by Wham. Do you remember that song? And we were like dancing to it in there. It was so fun. And we had such a good time. And I got my Crumble Cookies, which I haven't been able to do in like 2 weeks. So I was really excited about that because I did my Crumble Cookie review. And it just uploaded, so I have that ready to go when I get inside. So yeah, I did my Crumble Cookie review. And then Caroline came back here and she was like, do you want to go to the pool? And I was like, yeah, sure. And she's had to show a house at like 4:30 or 5. I think 5. So she was like, I don't want to get wet because she had to go show this house. And so she was like, but she was like, you can get in and I'll just like put my legs or my feet in. And I said, okay. So she sat on the edge of the pool and like I got in the pool and we were there for like, I don't know, half an hour. It was nice. I hadn't been up to the pool. I mean, it's been over 2 weeks and I hadn't been up there. It wasn't freezing cold. I was kind of surprised. Because like I said, it hasn't been really warm, but it was nice. And so I'm always so much more relaxed after I go for a swim. So I got in the pool and she and I talked and I was telling her about my weekend in Chicago and she was talking about her friend's trip and we were just kind of sharing stories and stuff like that. And then, oh my God. Well, anyway, so then she brought me home and then she left because she had to go show this house. And I came inside and I made a drama video, Crumble Cookie video. I uploaded the Peter Does Stuff video. I was going to make a Peterisms video. But right before I started filming it, my neighbors, they had their grandkids, their grandsons, next door outside, and they're like playing in the backyard. They have like all this like water stuff, and you know how kids are, they're like, ah. And so they were having a good time and they were being real sweet. So I was just like, whatever, I'll make the video another night. So anyway, because they were having fun. I don't know why I just got the craving for the skinny box of Kraft macaroni and cheese. Why did I just get the craving for that? I don't know. Get a craving for that. Okay, so I think I talked about this in my drama channel video too. But I was changing my swimsuit, okay? Because Caroline was like, she was like, I'm just gonna wait in the car. And she helped me bring in everything. And then she's like, I'll just wait in the car while you're changing. And I said, okay. So I was like changing really quick, and as I was like walking down the stairs, I was like looking through my emails and stuff, and I saw that my 23andMe came back, and like my results came back. I was so nervous, and I was like, okay, this is so weird. This is Kismet. I'm with Caroline. My 23andMe results come back. They're not supposed to come back. They weren't supposed to come back until like, well, it was the 15th through the 23rd, but they kept on saying like the 23rd. So I was like, there's no way that like I was going to get them in this week seeing her. And so it's so weird that I'm literally like at the tail end of the day spinning with her and my results are back. Okay, so this means something huge is going to come as a result of it, right? So I look at my results and they are so boring. They're so boring. First of all, Caroline and I are like 100% cousins. Although it says on there that you have like 4,999 like distant relatives. But it says like it'll say somebody's name like Judy Smith and then it'll say like 3rd to 5th cousin. It's like so strange. So, but Caroline's like my only, like she must be the only family member, which is really strange. I have to tell you this. So I have lots of relatives on my dad's side, right? Like my dad was the youngest of 5 and I have something like, okay, let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I have 15 first cousins on my dad's side, okay? My dad's oldest nephew was born when my dad was, like, in high school. So he has, like, grandkids, okay? He might even have I don't even know, okay? And so there are, like, so many second and third cousins. It is so weird to me that, like, nobody popped up on there with the same last name. It's so weird to me that I don't have any, like, second and third cousins that are on there that I would know. Like, that, I mean, I would, because I looked through it, and you would think, like, okay, I would, you know this, and hey, that I would know the names, right? Just by looking at it. But no, the whole thing was boring. I was so upset. Maybe they did Ancestry. I don't know, because I did 23andMe, so maybe they did Ancestry. I'm thinking about getting Ancestry and doing it too. Do you think I should do that? Has anybody out there done both? Like, is there any point in doing that? I don't know. Yeah, it was kind of a letdown. But I was happy that Caroline and I were cousins because I was really nervous about that. Because Caroline kept on saying, she was like, what if we aren't even cousins? I was just worried about, because like that show, Our Father, which was about that fertility specialist in Indianapolis. Like, that's literally, he's like, lives like 20 minutes from me, right? His office is like 15 or 20 minutes from me. I mean, I was like, what if it shows up that I have like 430 siblings or something? I feel sorry for those people. I really do. Like, I'm laughing about it because it would be something that would so happen to me, because like, that's just, I mean, it would. But like, I feel really bad for those people. I mean, can you even imagine? And he takes no responsibility for it whatsoever. If you watch the show, he's just like such a crap person. He takes no responsibility for it. There's that standard poodle that they're always walking. Caroline's wanting to move into my neighborhood. She like drove me all over and showed me the ones that she likes. She likes the ones that back up to the woods. She's like, she pulled up into these people's driveway so far. I said, Caroline, seriously? Like, we're like, she goes, I know, but I just wanted to see their deck that overlooks the woods. I said, Caroline, you are like way back in these people's neighborhood. Or in their driveway. She was like, oh, they don't care. I'm like, Caroline, yes, they do. But I don't really think they do. Things have been like real quiet here this week. My neighbors haven't been out a whole lot. I can hear somebody talking down the street. Can you guys hear that? I feel like they're walking in this direction. So yeah, so that was my day today. I had a good day with Caroline. I don't know if we're going to get together next week or not, because her birthday's the 24th. Our anniversary is the 25th. Alex and I haven't really decided if we're going anywhere or not. Like, if we're going to go to Chicago, if we're going to go to Nashville, if we're just going to stay here. We haven't really decided anything yet. I have a hair appointment on Saturday. Woo. That he's going to take me to. But we haven't decided yet if we're going to do anything. So I think if we do, we'll do it like last minute. We've got to figure out that probably this weekend we'll talk about it, figure it out. My stomach is starting to make noises. Did y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? And so yeah, so I don't know yet. So I told Caroline, she was like, when do you want to do next week? And I said, well, we can just figure it out like this weekend or something like that. Let me talk to Alex and see if we're going to go out of town first. So I don't know if we're going to do that or not. We kind of thought about maybe even just going up to Chicago, because I had said something about like I would love to do like a museum or something like that, and then just do dinner and stay in a nice hotel or something. So we might do that. We'll see. And The thing is, like, I would love to go to Nashville, but if we're gonna do Nashville, I would almost kind of want to do it with like couples that we're gonna go hear like a band with or something, like go hear bands with or something like that. Like, I don't know that Alex and I, like, he doesn't really like live music like that, and so, but if we were with other couples, I think like they would enjoy that and have a lot of fun. Melissa can't go out of town next weekend because she has a fundraiser for her dog rescue thing. So I'm almost kind of thinking maybe we would just like wait a couple weeks and then go to Nashville and see if they wanted to go over like a weekend. But we haven't really talked any more about it. We had planned on like the 3 couples going to Nashville, Tennessee, for a weekend, and then we just didn't talk about it anymore. So it kind of like never happened. And here in the next couple weeks, I should have my next CAT scan and also seeing the neurosurgeon who, and I guess I'll find out more about traveling and, you know, hopefully, and what the next steps are and things like that. So, I don't know. You know, it's weird because like every other year, Alex and I have been in, I can hear my stomach. Every other year, Alex and I have been in Las Vegas for our anniversary. And, my stomach, I wonder if it's from that sparkling water. I mean, it's been for like the last 5 or 6 years. We've been in Las Vegas probably every year for our anniversary. I can't remember the last time that we just like, well, there was a year that we went to Miami because we wanted to do something different, and it rained. I mean, literally poured the entire time that we were in Miami. And I can remember running like from the restaurant this one night that we ate in all the way back to the hotel, and it was like, God, when was that? That was probably 5 years ago. And it just poured down rain the entire way back, and we got soaked. And I can remember just like sitting in our hotel room the entire time because there was really nowhere that we could go. And that was when we used to stay at this other hotel back in the day. I feel like we were in kind of like a different hotel room. Maybe we stayed in a different hotel that time, because I feel like it didn't have a balcony, and that hotel always had balconies in the room. But anyway, that we went to Miami that time, and I think every time after that we decided that we were going to go to Vegas because, I mean, it's not going to rain in Vegas in August, right? I mean, it's hot, but it's not going to rain. And if it does, like for what, 5 minutes or something? So, well, I guess that's not true, because like right now they're having like flash flooding and stuff like that. It's horrible, apparently. So I guess maybe that's not true. I don't know. But we had never had that before in going to Las Vegas for our anniversary. And then last year we had wanted to do like a vow renewal, and just like time got away from us, and we said we were going to do this year, and now I can't travel. And so we've kind of put that on the back burner. And, so, you know, we'll figure these things out. We'll be able to, you know, there'll be time to do these things again down the road. And so I don't know. We might even just like go to a hotel here in town that we haven't stayed in, and stay there and go out to dinner somewhere nice. That could be something fun to do too, you know. I like road tripping it though, and I like staying in hotels. So we'll see. Do you guys have a favorite hotel in Nashville? If we were going to do Nashville, I think we're looking at like a couple different hotels. What would be, there's like 5 different hotels that I'm looking at in Nashville. What would be your favorite hotel in Nashville? Let me know in the comment section below. And what would be some must places, like brunch places in Nashville, things like that to do? Let me know in the comment section below. I'm going to get off here now. And I hope that you guys are having a magically amazing Thursday. If nobody else has told you this today, who? I love you. And Hear that little bird? And let's see what else. Remember these 3 important things. 1, you can start your day over whenever you want. 2, practice random acts of kindness, but don't tell anyone. And 3, most importantly, reach out to somebody. Make sure that you reach out to somebody and let them know how much they mean to you. And thank you for hanging out on the porch with me. This has been really nice. I'm going to go inside. I'm going to eat a little bit of dinner. I'm going to get my videos up. Hang out with my husband. We're going to watch probably some Real Housewives and catch up on our shows. I love you guys so much. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya.